Okay, so today I'm going to be using 2 boxed cake mixes, but don't say anything. I'm going to tweak it, okay? So first of all, you are going to need 2 boxed cake mixes, 8 eggs instead of 6. The recipe calls for 3 each, but I'm adding an extra egg because it adds a nice fluffy texture. I'm also going to be adding 1/2 cup of oil per cake mix, so 1 cup in total, and then I'm going to be adding 2.5 cups of coffee and water, and that's 1.25 cups of coffee, cold please, and 1.25 cups of water, also cold. And you're going to mix all of those things together in your mixer or with your hand mixer if you wish. Then you're going to be pouring those into a well-greased 9-inch cake pan. Now you can obviously do this with a smaller pan or a larger pan, but you're going to have to adjust the amount of ingredients that you will need. So while your oven is preheating to 350 degrees, you're going to go ahead and dump in carefully your 8 eggs. Remember, we're using 1 extra egg per cake mix. And I'm going to go ahead and get that going. Now, once those are pretty thoroughly beaten, you're going to go ahead and add your 1 full cup of oil. And your 2.5 cups of coffee water mixture. Now, this time don't crank it to 11, okay? It'll spill everywhere. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did I put coffee in instead of water? Well, coffee and chocolate go really well together, and it helps to bring out a lot more of the rich chocolatey flavor. You're really not even going to taste the coffee. You could also use milk. I have done that before. Now, once again, start very slow and let this incorporate. Now, you may think it looks mixed, but you have to get down in and mix it up. And you can see pockets of dry stuff down there at the bottom that the beater can't get. Now, if you're doing this with a hand mixer, it's going to be a whole lot easier to twist that around and see what you've missed. So I'm going to unearth some pockets of dry flour and chocolate and all kinds of stuff here. Now, the package says it is important for you to mix this for 2 minutes, and here's the reason why. Because when flour is mixed with water, it becomes agitated and it forms gluten, which is a nice protein that holds everything together. If you mix it too much, it's going to get hard and your cake is going to be really dense. If you don't mix it enough, your cake is going to be too fluffy and things aren't going to hold together very well, especially if you're doing any kind of cake shaping. And it's hard to get these cake mixes to hold together very firmly enough for sculpting and carving. Now, I've gone ahead and divided these cakes up as evenly as possible. If you can't get them completely even, don't worry, we're gonna level these cakes after they're done. So I'm gonna pop these into a 350-degree oven until when I insert a toothpick, it comes out completely clean. So I want to show you what this will look like when these are completed. You're gonna take your toothpick and you're gonna insert that. And when you pull it out, if it's completely clean, that means that it is done. Same with this guy over here. And completely clean. You can see I'm spinning that around. Let those sit on a cooling rack for a good 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't, the cake structure, the gluten, the proteins haven't had a chance to really harden up, and so your cake's gonna have a tendency to wanna fall apart. So don't turn those out too early. Give them a chance to cool right where they are. So the cakes are out of their pans. Now we're gonna let them cool completely before we do anything with them. It's always beneficial to have a cooling rack to keep your cakes on so that that moisture has a chance to escape, all that steam that built up inside of them while they were cooking. So give that a place to escape.